Heel the Face podcast. We're joined, as always, with Brandon Clements. You can find him on Twitter at Icebreaker21. Myself, Jared Wicks, and the program on Twitter at Heel to the Face. We are going to give our predictions for WWE Backlash this Sunday, not Friday at noon in the middle of a workday. This Sunday at the traditional pay-per-view time slot of 8 o'clock Eastern time. It's been a little while since we've done that. I want to say the first week of March was the last time that we had a non-extravagant fireworks shooting out the ceiling kind of pay-per-view event, but it is this Sunday from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, better known as The Rock. But unfortunately, The Rock will most likely, and I would bet $1 million on it, will not be at this event. A lot of people are not at this event because this is the first dual-branded pay-per-view event officially by WWE in a long time. There's a lot of people excluded from this card because we're used to seeing Raw pay-per-views and SmackDown pay-per-views. So essentially, those pay-per-views are 6 hours long because Fastlane and Elimination Chamber, when you put them together, that's 8 hours of wrestling. Yeah. So they're going to squeeze 8 hours of wrestling once a month now into just the traditional 3-hour format. So we have no tag teams in the traditional sense, but we'll start things off with a tag team match, the only one on the card. They got to get Braun Strowman on there. I mean, he just won the greatest Royal Rumble. And Bobby Lashley, they just brought him back, so they got to hype him up, even though this match really is meaningless and makes no sense. It's Braun and Bobby versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'll say first, I'm predicting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because they're really the only team in this.
I'm going to go with Braun and Bobby because they're just big dudes.
And it feels kind of stupid because if you wanted to really hype them up as a quote-unquote team, as a cohesive unit, you could have done that last month when the belts were available for the taken at WrestleMania and when Braun Strowman won it. So it's strange now that you give him a cohesive team member now that it doesn't matter that he needs. So essentially, like as I re-mentioned, 4 months or 3 months, he's looking for a tag team partner. Come WrestleMania, can't find it. The next night after he relinquishes tag belts, oh, here's one.
Well, and he's a really good one, too.
Yeah. He's one that in which the tag belts aren't on the line here, but yet they're still going to put his tag team match on the pay-per-view more than Kevin Owens, or more than the actual tag team belts that are currently held by Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. So now a singles match. I don't really understand. This is kind of one of those thrown together feuds. So Big Cass was out on injury, and now he's back, and he's kind of mad that he didn't get the hype that Daniel Bryan essentially had while he was gone on injury. So he's trying to make a name for himself as it's Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's, it's not his first pay-per-view match, but yeah, I don't know how to even, but it's the first singles match, I guess, on pay-per-view since he's come back in a while. Sure. Big Cass, Daniel Bryan, who you got in this one?
Here's my thing. As much as I want to say Big Cass because Vince really likes Big Cass and wants to push him, I'm telling you, Daniel Bryan's going to win this match. That's my feeling. I think Daniel's going to win. I just, for some reason, I just don't see Big Cass winning this match.
Well, in order for us to be different and actually have a different card, I'm going to say Big Cass then. So,
why?
Because they got to, again, this is kind of like the Umaga theory, the Great Khali theory. You hype up these people like they did. Remember Great Khali and Umaga? They'd hype them up for months and months. They were unbeatable. And then they'd get a championship shot, and then John Cena just shut them down. And then because of that, the next night on Raw was all of a sudden they're like, well, that was a waste. We're nothing now. It's like getting a new car and showing how fast it can go and then smashing it. That's what they did with Umaga. They smashed Umaga. They smashed Great Khali. They were never the same after that, especially Great Khali. Mm-hmm. Literally like hyped up, undefeated for months, took on John Cena, lost, and then went back to being nobody. Exactly. So if they do that with Big Cass, they bring him back, they hype him up. This big guy can't be beat. He loses Daniel Bryan. It's like, well, that was all for nothing.
Yeah, true. Like I get it. To me, Daniel Bryan, I think they're going to build some momentum for him. So I think the big mo is going to be in Daniel Bryan's favor.
So here's a match they're kind of hyping up as a main event. The first match that was officially named to the Backlash card, they're kind of trying to sell it on the names alone because they don't really have much of a story either. Because again, we talked about how they pieced together this pay-per-view.
They have a little bit of a story.
Little bit of a story, but it's Roman Reigns from Raw versus Samoa Joe on SmackDown. No titles on the line, just a one-on-one affair. What are you taking in this? I'm going to take Roman Reigns just because he's been losing a lot lately, and I don't know if WWE is going to keep having him lose.
I'm surprised because I know you're not a Roman Reigns fan. I'm going Roman Reigns too. I think he's going to get back on the winning ways. To me, I think this loss hurts Roman more than does Samoa Joe because Samoa Joe can lose and he's still Samoa Joe.
And I think with pay-per-views like Extreme Rules coming up, and other in-your-house pay-per-views before, let's say, SummerSlam, when we'll see Brock Lesnar again, I have a feeling this isn't going to be the end of this. Obviously, it's a singles match, and you're like, well, this would be cool if it was like a cage match. Don't worry, folks. All these matches are being held. I feel we're going to see a few of these matches on the card again because Extreme Rules is the next pay-per-view, and they're going to have to sell Extreme Rules. So I feel like Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe, after this Sunday, might meet again with a quote-unquote stipulation. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's why none of these matches, except for the main event, has a stipulation. And the only reason the main event has a stipulation because we just saw it last week. So they're like, you got to give us something.
Got to throw something.
Yeah. But the rest of these matches don't have any stipulations so that we can see their rematches with stipulations at Extreme Rules, such as Carmella versus Charlotte Flair for the singles match for the WWE Women's Championship on SmackDown. Carmella defeated Charlotte Flair when she cashed in Money in the Bank. So essentially, if Charlotte Flair wins, Carmella then would be owed a rematch now as well. If Carmella wins, and next in line for Carmella, who do you think is going to take this? I'll go first. I'm saying Charlotte Flair.
I'm going to go Mella is money. So Carmella's going to win this match. To me, what's the point of having her being a Money in the Bank, cash it in, and then lose it so quickly? I don't see it happening.
Change things up because I just don't feel like Carmella, especially with the landscape of the women's wrestlers on SmackDown, landscape of the women's wrestlers, period, with Ronda Rousey out there, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax.
I'll still take Mella.
You're going to take Mella?
Yeah.
All right, so we move on to the Raw Women's Championship match, Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. I feel Nia Jax is going to win this. I feel that this was just one of those matches that they're just like,
yep.
It's a WrestleMania hangover. I feel that the writing stops maybe a week before WrestleMania. The writers are allowed to go on vacation, and they write all the way up to WrestleMania, and then they're like, well, can you write Backlash real quick before you go on your vacation after WrestleMania? Mm-hmm. So they kind of like what you would do back in the day is you'd get all your homework done on Friday, so you have the weekend free, and you get it all done like on Thursday night before the weekend. So before like they took their month hiatus at WWE writing, they got all their stuff in like at WrestleMania time, and they pretty much were like, well, all the WrestleMania matches, we'll just do like the rematches of all those at Backlash. And this is just one of those, Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. I'm taking Nia Jax.
Yeah, me too.
I feel that
Me too.
it's just Alexa Bliss's quote-unquote owed a rematch, so they feel they can just throw it out there on pay-per-view and give it to her. But I feel they're going with Nia Jax as champion.
Same thing as Samoa Joe. Even if Alexa loses, she's still one of the better ones in the business right now.
I think this is just like a kind of to officially like give us this match. They just throw this match out there one more time, so then after this they can start sending these people on different ways. I feel like with Charlotte Flair and Carmella, I pick Charlotte Flair because I feel like after the match is over, they're going to try to sell it to us one more time, and then they can go their separate ways. I feel that they've already sold it to us once. They're selling it to us a second time. Everything's going to be sewn up. Alexa Bliss, no more rematches. Time to move on. Maybe Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James or something. They can break up and start that little rivalry, and Nia Jax can move on to the Natalias and the Ronda Rouseys of the world. So Jeff Hardy, he is the champion of the United States on SmackDown, taking on Randy Orton. So this is an all SmackDown Championship U.S. title match. Who do you got for the U.S. title?
I was thinking Randy Orton before the show, and the more I think about it, I just think Jeff's going to retain. I think Jeff Hardy's got the match. Yeah,
I'm taking Jeff Hardy, too, to retain. Again, it's kind of what you felt with Carmella. I wonder why they would have given him the belt if they're not going to just have him retain the belt.
Randy Orton smells like roses after he loses anyway. So
I think after this, we're going to probably throw in Jinder Mahal, or not Jinder Mahal, because he's on Raw now, but, maybe Rusev or somebody to take on Jeff Hardy next in line. Maybe Big Cass is next in line. Mm-hmm. One match that I feel that kind of gives away the result, because if we feel that we obviously know that the United States Championship is going to stay on SmackDown, then it's probably a foregone conclusion that the Intercontinental Championship is not coming to SmackDown, and that's when Seth Rollins defends the championship, which he just did the other day in a great match, a dream match essentially, versus Finn Balor, a Universal Championship rematch from SummerSlam a few years ago. Now he'll face The Miz from SmackDown. What Miz said was the last SmackDown, IC titleist SmackDown before he takes the belt back, but I feel we're going to have a lot more IC titleist SmackDowns in the future. I say Seth Rollins is defending this pretty easily.
I agree. Seth Rollins.
In fact, I think maybe the Miztourage may come out and help turn on the Miz and maybe kind of join them some way. I don't know what we're going to do with them.
Yeah, to me, Seth Rollins, I don't know. I think Seth Rollins has got this clean. I don't even think he's a Miztourage in it.
So one championship on the line, no disqualification match. They met at WrestleMania. They just met at the Greatest Royal Rumble. They're going to meet 1 week later now here at Backlash. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's a no disqualification match. Who you got?
I got to go with my boy AJ, man. AJ Styles is going to win. This no disqualification match is going to make it even a little more interesting. I just don't see Shinsuke winning. I just think AJ still.
I say Shinsuke's taking the belt.
Okay.
I say that this matchup, this rivalry is going to go on. It's not over with yet, but I say Shinsuke's taking the belt. And I don't know if he's going to get any help. I don't know if he's going to start any quote unquote factions or anybody.
Low blows aren't going to help him. So in this match, no DQ. It's not going to do anything.
So, but I say Shinsuke. Well, it is still going to mean. Come on now. If we had a no disqualification match and I shot you in the head, I don't think the rules would matter. I could just then pin you. So I think a low blow helps you because of the fact that it doesn't help AJ. The fact that this no disqualification doesn't help AJ because now Shinsuke can low blow him all day.
Yeah, but you know what I think is going to happen? Believe it or not, I think AJ is going to low blow. I think AJ's going to. I think this is what I think. I think AJ might pull a Shinsuke and low blow him and set him up for the finish.
Now that could be very well. That could be very well. So he's got the finish for you right there. AJ low blowing Shinsuke
to a Styles Clash,
which might keep this feud going. So maybe after 3 times they meet a 4th time inside a steel cage at Extreme Rules. I'm already worried about Extreme Rules, as I could say.
Yeah, you're already things on. Yeah, you're already throwing away Backlash.
But those are our WWE Backlash 2018 predictions from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey this Sunday night.